What's up, guys? This is NoraCat, and welcome back to another deck tech. Today we have my TwinCannon Sky Terror aggro deck, or you can call it like a tempo deck, or even like a turbo deck. But it really is just here to try to power out TwinCannon Sky Terror as quickly as possible to break the last shields after you've already used your small, early game creatures to break the shields, and then just kind of use TwinCannon to break the shields, and then use something like a Bark Whip or like a Pyrofighter or something to finish off the last health or to kill the opponent. So I want to show you this deck. It is a water fire nature deck, so it has free sips in it and it has a lot of different cards that serve three purposes basically. So it's ramp, it's draw, or it's like being aggressive. So let's get right into it. So first off, we have a play set of Fairy Life. This is one of those cards that you could easily replace with something else. You could play um, Quixotic Hero's Snout is a very good card to play in this spot, but I have three of them, but currently they are not in this deck, so I don't have access to them. I'm playing with another deck, so only have three, so can't really play them here. Still though, Fairy Life is quite good. Gives you the ability to get another mana, so it just puts the top of your deck into your mana zone. It's like a Bronze Arm Tribe, but it's just a spell, so quite good. Next up, we have three Gone to the Warrior Savage. So three of these guys, and obviously I have two in Japanese, but I should also really should get a four of one of these. I don't know what it is about me just getting three ofs, but three is better than none, so it's still better than having like one or two. So he's just a big beat stick. He's a 2 mana 4K creature. He has human and beast folk in his race, and he is just really big for his mana cost. Um, Now since we don't have a fourth Gunter, we are running a single Bug Whip to kind of fill out the spot. And Bug Whip is just a 2 mana 5k evolution on Beastfolk, and he just gives all other Beastfolk plus 2000 while he is tapped. So you can attack with him, and then your Gonta becomes like a 6000 creature. And in some ways he's quite good as well because you can even like use him as like a third power fighter because you run two power fighter decks, so a third power fighter is very good. You can like play Bronze Arm into this guy, which is kind of like having you know another way to like speed attack in. I've actually thought about maybe playing another one of these guys in the deck, maybe taking out a Fairy Life and then playing another Bug Whip. I've considered it just because he's kind of good and there is enough Beast Folk in here to support him. You could also, I can see myself taking out then the Fairy Lives, putting in my three Quixotics in the future, and then maybe another Bug Whip as well for the four Fairy Lives. So that's something you consider as well. But I think in this deck he's actually a lot better than people think. Incredible. He's a very big dude and he survives many of the board players. So very good. Next up, we have four Bronze Arm Tribes. I've altered these myself. Pretty proud of the results. So extended out a lot, but you should know what this guy does. He's a 3 mana 1k Beast Folk, and when he comes into play, you put the top card into your mana zone. So he's like a Fairy Life effect, but he's a little bit better because he's also body. So really quite strong. Uh, Obviously, we got to run him. He's very good with being able to ramp. You can ramp this guy into some very good 5 drops, and also he has good synergy with the rest of the Beast Folk in the deck. Next up, we have two Pyrofighters. Now I could run a third Pyrofighter in this deck, but I have considered maybe just playing another Bug Whip, because Bug Whip seems kind of good in this deck. At least I want to try it out. I've been experimenting a little bit with this deck. I've tried some Essence Elf and stuff as well instead of the Bronze Arms. I've tried instead of the Gauntlets, but eventually I settled on more of like an aggressive approach rather than just trying to get TwinCannon out that fast. Next up, we have some draw power. We have our free energy streams, and then we have one Miracle Quest, which I think is actually kind of a cool card. It's kind of like a budget poor man's version of Lucky Ball, in that it's basically what it does is that whenever you break a shield, when you increase this turn, you get to draw 2 cards per shield. So let's say, for example, that you attack with a latest attack with a TwinCannon, you get to break 2 shields and you get to draw 4 cards. So it's a little bit better than any stream if you get to break 2 more shields. But even if you break 1 shield, it's still just an indie stream. And I could play another indie stream. I do have enough of them to play a playset, but I wanted to try just the one of Miracle Quest. Have kind of considered playing another one of these simply because it does seem pretty good to be able to get in there and just break a bunch of shields and then draw some cards from it. But the end stream is just draw 2 cards for free. So It's more consistent draw, but Miracle Quest has to also draw even more cards. So. But these might actually have to be lockable when I get my hands on them at some point. I don't have any yet, but there's still opportunity to. Next we have Eureka Charger, 4 mana, and you get to basically draw a card and put it in your mana zone. This is very good off of Fairy Life, so you do Fairy Life into this, and the next turn you can like do Aqua Surfer, you can do 2 free drops, you can even do like TwinCannon after that, so not too bad. Not too bad. This deck usually gets TwinCannon out between turn 5 or 6, like a turn earlier, or like 2 turns earlier than it's supposed to, so it's quite good. Eureka Charger, very nice card. It is a little bit better with Essence, but I still think it's good enough to be included. Then we have 2 off Charmeleon and Tyson. This guy should probably be. This should be Rubbing Terrorhorn. Rubbing Terrorhorn is 5 mana 3k, and it searches for a creature put into hand. This is the same effect, but it's a tap ability, so it takes a little bit longer for it to get going. There is some cool stuff you can do if you can protect her with a block and stuff like that. You can get some value, but generally she dies after the first time. Otherwise, she is a creature, so she's able to attack as well, which is very good. So if you don't need her, you can just attack with her as well. Then we are running 2 Fresh Crawlers, and we're running this guy because there's a lot of RAM in this deck, and put a lot of cards in the mana zone, so sometimes we might want to get a Pyrofighter back, or we might want to get a Searing Wave back, or a TwinCannon back, or a Gunter back, or a Windax back, or something, and in that case, Fresh Crawler is quite good. I found through testing that it's quite good against rush decks as well, or like aggressive decks, because you actually can block their attack. It's quite a sustainable like creature that can block. So you could also play something like Splash Zebrafish. I don't know any of those, but this guy is pretty good. I mean, it's not quite an attacker, but it does have some kind of game with being able to like defend against some of the more aggressive decks out there. So when you play him, you just get to take back a card from your mana zone, and that's it. Needs a 5k blocker. So next we have Searing Wave to deal with those pesky creatures that are annoying. Just to PK and lone user sleep. This is very good because it combos off of a curve stop Bronze Arm. So you do Bronze Arm turn 3, then you can do Searing Wave turn 4, which is very good you have to play now. So that's quite strong in some of the more aggressive decks. I want to play another one of these, but I don't know if I can make the room for it. I'm probably going to end up playing another Barkweb instead, just for the consistency and just because Barkweb is so good. So at least for this deck, it seems kind of good. So yeah, 2 Searing Waves. Then we have 3 Windax, the Warrior Savage. So this guy is very strong in this deck and very good at like what the deck is trying to do. So let's say you get to turn, you can play Bronze Arm turn 3, then turn 4 you play Windax, and you can play TwinCannon next turn. But if you have a blocker in the way, you can destroy that blocker as he comes in, which makes him a lot better than you think he is. Although he isn't like the best card in the deck. He does ramp very nicely into TwinCannon after he comes out in turn 4 after the Bronze Arm. So you can do like turn 2 Gonta, turn 3 Bronze Arm, turn 4 Windax, turn 5 TwinCannon Sky Tower. That seems like the dream in this deck that you want to be doing. So really strong. Now here's the card that you might not be expecting. 3 Burst Shots. Now you might be like, why in the hell is Nora running 3 Burst Shots in the deck with so many 2k creatures? Well, it turns out that in Duel Masters, if your shield gets broken and you don't want to play the spell, you just don't play it. So you just put it in your hand. And in that case, it's fine, So it's not like you're going to accidentally cast or anything. That being said, it can mess you up a little bit, but there's just so many matchups. I feel like this deck has a really hard time against the more like rush decks. Against rush, you really want the best shots, so I feel like against rush, this card is so important, and I think rush seems to be this deck's worst matchup so far. I think it has a little bit hard time against other like kind of tempo decks as well, but it's pretty good against control decks generally. So like really, especially those really greedy control decks. But Burst Shot is just really good, and I play it because the bad matchup is Rush, and if you hit this on your shield, oh well, then you might actually win the game. So that's why we run 3 Burst Shots. Similar reason as to why we won the 4 Surfers as well. Just because I love Surfer, you can't really go wrong with Aqua Surfer, but I feel like it's one of those cards that is just always good. It's one of the most meta cards and the most defining cards of our meta, but it also is just so good against Rush. So if they break into a Deadly Fighter turn 1 and they like play 2-drop, you can bounce the 2-drop and then kill the Deadly Fighter, which is it's over for the Rush deck. It's really rough for them to get back from that. So Aqua Surfer is definitely the card that you want to be playing against Rush on the early turns when they break shields. But yeah, very good card for the deck. And then finally, so Curve Topper and the main name of the deck, we have 4 TwinCannons, and I am so happy to finally have 4 of these. I have wanted to build a TwinCannon Sky Tower deck since I was like a little lad, whatever you want to say. So it was a kid. So I'm really like happy that I finally was able to get the 4 TwinCannons into into my possession. Because and it's funny because I actually traded one of them for Sky Sword, which I thought was a good deal because I didn't really need a Sky Sword at the time. I was able to get um, two other ones online, and then the fourth one I traded with the same guy, one of my friends, but that was with I think I traded an Apocalypse Rise for it, but that was a Japanese one, and it was a little bit weird because I had ordered well 2 TwinCannons and then the Apox Apocalypse Rise, and we thought we ordered a playset so I could play free in this deck, and then my friend could get the one for the the TwinCannon. But what actually happened was that it ended up being so that I only got one because we'd only paid for one to like one of the Apocalypse Spice. We didn't overpay anything. It was pretty normal price for Apocalypse Spice in Japanese, but we thought they were going to get a play set, and sadly we didn't. So I end up not having any Apocalypse Spice, but I do have a playset of TwinCannon, so that's the compromise, I suppose. Anyway, that's the deck. Just like last time, my last deck, I'll give you an overview of the deck. So give me a second, I'll be right back with that. And there you have it, everyone. The entire deck, um, all in frame here. So it was a little bit hard to get in a frame because there was a lot of different cards in this deck, but I was eventually able to do it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. That was my TwinCannon aggro deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm hoping to make some more deck techs later on. I'm currently working on building a Marinomancer deck, so hopefully that will be a deck tech in the future. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.